Hello. It's been so long since I've done a video. I've had such a busy life and I've been flitting between crashes where I haven't been able to do anything, even think straight or do just even mentally not been able to do anything, and then flitting between that and being so busy that I haven't got the time to do it. And then we went through a period for a couple of years that were really hard with our daughter, who was just really struggling with her mental health, and that took us down a whole new path of discovering that not only she but also I and our son have autism and ADHD as well. So the last couple of years, and with her self-harming and everything, it's all been a bit of a crazy time of trying to get everybody sorted. So I'm really sorry I haven't done any videos, but I just haven't been either had the energy or been in the right frame of mind or anything. But hey, I'm back, and at the moment I'm having a bit of quiet time, a bit of rest. We've just brought the children. It's Easter week, so Easter Monday we brought the children plus Lydia's boyfriend to London, and we met up with family on Easter Monday, and yesterday we went into central London, and today we are at Thorpe Park and then going home. So I am absolutely shattered, although I've been in the wheelchair the whole time, but we have had some rain and it's been a little bit cold. So cold and wet and all the stuff that's wrong with me doesn't really go very well. But today at Thorpe Park, I've been able to send the family off, and they've gone off to do all the rides, and I am in the quiet room at Thorpe Park on this lovely, I don't know if you can see properly, this lovely tiled heated bed thing. There's another one over there. And the room here, I'll see if I can turn the camera around. Lovely. So this is the quiet room at Thorpe Park, and it is for use by anybody who has got any kind of or any kind of neurodiversity or whatever, that just needs a bit of time out from the hustle and bustle and the craziness and busyness and noise and lights that are here at Alton Towers. So the room is available for anybody to use, but at the moment I'm in here, and I'll be in here as long as I can be until they need the room for somebody else. So it gives me a nice little chance to have some quiet time and some rest, and yeah. So lately I've had my health's been really bad. I've had some horrible crashes, and I've been trying to overdo it, but that's nothing new. I've got some great new gadget things that are helping me. I've got this new heated scarf that I actually got on Temu. It was really cheap, but it's got a little space for a battery pack in the back, and you just attach the battery pack and then switch it on, and you can set it to different settings, and it heats up around my neck, which is great for the neck pain that I get, because this really, really helps me. But even when it's not switched on, it's brilliant at stopping the drafts. And it's got a nice little loop here that I can put this end through the loop and pull it out through the other end, and it keeps it nice and tight around my neck. But I can't do it with one hand, but it goes like that basically. So that's really good. Another thing that I've had recently, and that's really, really good, is I downloaded an app a few weeks ago. I don't even know where I heard about it, where I came across it from, but it's called Visible, and it's basically developed by some researchers at a university down south of England somewhere, and they are looking into long COVID and ME and chronic fatigue and chronic pain conditions and stuff, and looking into like how they work and looking at patterns with them and what can relieve the symptoms and things like that, and what makes the symptoms worse, what you know. So anyway, so I read up about the app, and I thought, oh, that looks like it could be really useful for me, because I have been told I've got long COVID, but obviously way before that I knew I had chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, chronic pain anyway. So I thought, okay, well, I'll give it a try. So I downloaded the free version, which basically is brilliant, and I would totally recommend it to anybody. So what you do with the free version is that you check in every morning and evening on the app. So every morning the app takes your heart rate and heart rate variability. Sorry, my hand's really shaking. I don't have my tripod with me. You check in, and basically you put your finger over the camera lens, and it shines the torch through, so your skin kind of becomes a bit translucent, and it reads your pulse, and it basically tracks it works out what's normal for you over, I think it's about 90 days or something. It figures out what's normal and what's high for you and what's low for you and stuff, and then you can put your symptoms in of stuff that obviously is personal to you, and then each evening you check in and you say how bad it's been or how good it's been that day. And then again, over time, it builds up. It gives you like bar charts, so you can see the trends, in your health and stuff. And it also measures things like stress and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, the other thing that's really good about it is that you can export a PDF with all your data, all your information. So if you need evidence for a GP, if you go along to the GP and they're like, oh, well, keep a diary of your symptoms, you can go, there's the diary, and it's all there for you. You can print that out from the app. And the other thing that they do as well on it is that there's a chargeable part of the app where you can pay a membership. And to be honest with you, I was only going to get the free one, but it was so good that within 7 days I've actually taken out the membership for the year. And they send you an armband. I don't know if I can show it to you with, oh, hang on, just covered the camera. They send you an armband which you wear. I've got mine on my arm, and it's got, see if I can show it around. It's got this little tracking device. It's called a Polar Sense device, and it basically, it tracks your heart rate and pulse and heart rate variability and stuff constantly while you're wearing it during the day. So when you get up in the morning, you put it on, and when you go to bed at night, you take it off and charge it. But then you get another bar chart through the day of when you've been kind of exerting yourself, when you've been resting, when you've been overexerting, and you can label those things with what activity you were doing at the time. So again, over time, you can build up a picture of which activities drain you most and take the most energy out of you, and which activities help you rest more. Sorry, my hand's really shaking, so I'm going to try and rest it a bit on the bed. So, no, that hasn't stopped the shaking. It's just stopped my arm shaking. Anyway, so where was I? With the app, with the arm thing. So yeah, basically all the way during the day it tracks where you've been, like what you've been doing, but you have to input that information for it. But the idea is that over time it will build up the ability to help you pace yourself, because you'll be able to look and go, okay, well that activity, i.e. showering, is going to take me so many, we call them spoons, on the app it calls them pace points, but it's essentially the same thing. How many spoons you use in the day of energy. So you'll be able to see, right, okay, well that showering takes me, 4 spoons. Watching TV takes me 2, or, being out and being sociable with somebody takes me this many. And ironically, so far, the thing that's taken me or used the most on me is actually a day out the other day. We had a picnic at Thorpe Park on Monday. That's one of the National Trust places in London, and we met up with quite a few friends and family there, and it was such an amazing time. I actually really, really loved seeing everyone and being with everyone, but we got really soaking wet, like properly. It just poured down. And at the end of the day, when I looked at my tracker, it went through the roof, and it was on those 3 hours that we were actually there. And I was like, that's really weird, because I was sat down in the wheelchair, we weren't going anywhere, but I was constantly talking, interacting, trying to make sure things were going well and people were having fun, and also worried about the rain because I was getting really wet and I was in a lot of pain. And I couldn't believe how many points of energy it had taken out of me, actually. And really interestingly, what shocked me even more was that yesterday when we went into central London for the day, I actually thought that would use way more of my sort of energy and my stress levels and stuff, and it was nowhere near. I was really shocked. So it's been really, really interesting for me to see actually what things I think are my triggers, but actually what things really are triggering me. So I'm absolutely loving that, and I'm finding it's probably one of the best tools that I've found yet. What else am I finding helpful? I'm also finding all sorts of little bits and pieces that are heated, you know, where you can put a tiny battery pack in, like this scarf. I've also got a cervical neck kind of collar, I suppose, and it's hard plastic, but it's got a silicone soft part at the back where it goes on your neck, so it moves a bit. It's not really hard on your neck, and it's got these two little electrode points with a metal surface, and you wet those two little electric points and pop it on your neck, and then it's a USB rechargeable, basically like a TENS machine. You can turn it up and down in different settings, but because it's wireless and it's USB rechargeable, and it's so comfortable to wear as well, I'm finding that I'm using that an awful lot, and it's really, really helping with my neck pain. So yeah, lots of new devices and things, but I'm going to go now because my throat is so croaky and dry. I need a drink, and my hand is shaking. I don't know if you can tell from that, but my hand is shaking so much I think I'm going to drop the phone in a minute if I don't put it down. So I'm going to go and end that video, but it's nice to be back, and hopefully I promise I will try to do some more videos more frequently now. So bye for now. Bye.